Thanks for stopping by. Please take a moment to subscribe. Thank you. In today's world, the phrase, capitalism is corruption on steroids, resonates like a siren in the chaos of economic inequality, corporate exploitation, and political manipulation. While capitalism is often celebrated for encouraging innovation, competition, and economic growth, its darker underbelly reveals a system that rewards greed, consolidates power, and places profit over people. The illusion of fair competition. At its core, capitalism promises a meritocratic playground. Those who work hardest, innovate most, and take the biggest risks should rise to the top. In reality, this ideal is often crushed by monopolies, lobbying, and inherited wealth. The wealthiest entities use their resources not to compete fairly, but to rig the system in their favor. Whether it's massive corporations dodging taxes or influencing policy through billion-dollar lobbying efforts, the system protects the powerful while exploiting the rest. This isn't competition, it's systemic manipulation, it's corruption, dressed in a three-piece suit and justified by market ideology. Profit over people. In capitalist economies, profit is the ultimate goal, often at the expense of human dignity and environmental sustainability. Workers are paid as little as possible, healthcare becomes a commodity instead of a right, and vital resources like water, education, and shelter are reserved for those who can afford them. Entire industries thrive off underpaying laborers, outsourcing to countries with weak labor laws, and destroying ecosystems to cut costs. When oil companies knowingly contribute to climate change while suppressing scientific findings, when pharmaceutical giants prioritize patents over access to life-saving drugs, and when food conglomerates sell ultra-processed products that make people sick, that's not just business. That's moral decay under the banner of free enterprise. Democracy for sale. Capitalism in its unregulated form doesn't just distort markets, it distorts democracy itself. In many so-called democracies, billionaires and corporate entities fund politicians, shape policy, and effectively buy legislation that benefits them. The result is a government that increasingly serves the interests of capital, not citizens. From campaign financing to revolving doors between Wall Street and Washington, the lines between business and governance blur to the point of disappearance. When money becomes speech and corporations become people in the eyes of the law, democracy loses its soul. The human cost. Inequality isn't just a side effect of capitalism, it's often a feature. The richest 1% now own more wealth than half the planet. Meanwhile, millions struggle to survive despite working multiple jobs. People are evicted, go hungry, or die due to lack of basic care in economies that boast record profits and booming stock markets. Mental health issues, burnout, and anxiety are rising in societies where people are constantly told they're not working hard enough, not hustling enough, not grinding enough, all while a handful of individuals amass unimaginable wealth doing little more than moving money around. Is there an alternative? Critiquing capitalism doesn't mean blindly embracing its opposites. But if we can agree that unchecked capitalism fosters systemic corruption, then it's our duty to demand economic systems rooted in equity, sustainability, and accountability. Capitalism must be reined in through strong regulation, wealth redistribution, corporate accountability, and investment in the public good. A society that values people over profit isn't just a utopian fantasy, it's a moral necessity.